Let's move to the AFC West. The Denver Broncos, the special ones. They went to the AFC Championship game, of course, and had to play Jarrett Stidham, unfortunately, and probably still could have won that game. They trade for Jalen Waddle. They make Davis Webb their OC, so Sean Payton won't be calling the plays anymore. I think that's interesting. And they released Dre Greenlaw. Those are sort of the main notable things for them. What do we think about the Broncos this year?
I was all in on this squad last year. I picked them to win the division last year. I'm a fixed guy, notably. And I think I'm picking them again this year. These boys are special. I definitely think the Chargers will be good. Chiefs are the Chiefs. I expect the Chargers to take a kind of a little bit of a step forward with the new coaching regime and McDaniel helming the offense. But I just fucking love this team. I liked them last year, and now they bring in like an actual good receiver opposite of Sutton, someone that is probably better than Sutton at this point of Sutton's career. But like having Sutton as like your second guy is great. Like he was pretty solid last year. He's a vet. He's been there for a while. And if Waddle can stay healthy, I really like the way this offense projects. Interested to see what happens with the backfield. Like is Harvey going to be the guy? I think that would be the hope. Yeah. But I don't really expect it with Sean Payton. But who knows?
Jonah Coleman's not bad either. They drafted him.
Yeah, he was awesome at Washington, dude. His tape fucking rocked. I love Coleman.
Yeah, so I really think this team could have competed for the Super Bowl if Nix doesn't have that unfortunate injury. And it sucked. That sucked because I thought they had a legit shot. But I think they're going to be right there again this year. I think this team's going to be really good.
Yeah, Beck?
Yeah, I think they're a very good team too. Now, they were very good last year, right? They're the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
But it didn't look pretty most of the time last year too. So
and they never lost one-score games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're basically the Chiefs of like 2 years.
Regression.
Yeah.
Yeah, that regression's definitely, a possibility to be in play. And my hope is like I love the Waddle move just for like how he projects here and how he fits in here. I think it's a seamless fit. And I think he will be very good this year. Now, I'm looking at the Broncos schedule, and their start is incredibly difficult, man.
Yeah.
So let me go through it. At KC versus Jacksonville versus the Rams, at San Fran, at the Chargers versus the Seahawks. That's your first 6.
Yeah, that's tough.
Sheesh.
That's a tough run.
And we're talking 1-score game regression with the team. Like if I can come back and bite you.
Sue me, I have them in like 4 of those games though.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they'll compete in all those, like 100%.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I just think it's tough to not see like a possibility where they just aren't record wise as good as they were last year because they were very fucking good.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of record is winning this division? Because this division's stacked. It's the best division in the AFC easily.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to play each other, so that also the records might be.
Speaking of that point, I've been trying to kind of like write out my predictions as we're going, and I'm trying to give each team a record. I'm having such a conundrum because currently in the North, the East, the South, I have all 6 top 2 teams from each division at 10-7. Like I'm having such a hard time like predicting the team that gets 12, 13 wins. Like all these teams,
it's the South is the South has the best chance. Because the South plays the easiest.
I have Jags 13-4, Texans 12-5.
Wow.
Yeah, let me go look at a team from the South division.
I think I'm way too bullish on the Jags, but
especially
because I'm not entirely convinced they win it.
Like when we talked about the Bills and Patriots schedule, like both brutal, like not in love with the Ravens. Like it's hard to predict these teams that are going to win 12, 13, 14 games.
Yeah, I mean, even the Bengals could be like whoever wins the South could be a number 1 seed team because you're playing the NFC South.
Yeah.
And
that's the NFC South, like the.
Oh,
NFC
you mean in their schedule?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, I think you could apply that to the AFC South as well, but true for both.
Yeah, because Tampa, Carolina, Saints, and Atlanta, like it's 4 easier games than you're getting versus any other. Like
especially in your division,
NFC West and the NFC North. Those are the 2 divisions that the West and the East are playing. So to me, it comes down to 1 team from the South or 1 team from the AFC North to be like the team that is the number 1 seed ultimately, just because you get 4 easier games than any other team. Like the NFC East, besides the Eagles, like you get 2 pretty easy games to be in the Commanders and the Giants, and then the Cowboys, you don't really know where that goes.
Yeah. Wow. Wait. Oh yeah, the Giants. I thought you were saying the Cowboys were one of the 2 teams. I was like, wow.
No.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's maybe if you're tossing in, for those listening, if you're tossing in a number 1 seed bet, take that into account. But yeah, I think this Broncos team, they bring back basically everyone on both sides of the ball. Like they didn't lose a starter on either side of the ball, and they just added Waddle and their draft picks. They don't end up losing anyone of major significance. Greenlaw, you could say, but I think with his injuries,
I think he's kind of cooked.
Yeah. My only thing with this Broncos team, I think that could hold them back is if this Davis Webb thing is just a nightmare. And how long does Sean Payton allow him to call plays? Yeah.
I don't think it will be. It kind of feels like he probably was calling plays last year anyway. Which didn't look great. So
for the record, I don't but for the record, I don't think it will be a disaster. I'm just wondering, like, in sort of like a if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of way. Like, I don't know. It's just adding another variable. But yeah, similar to you guys, the Waddle thing I love. Just adding a different type of receiver, a different kind of juice to that offense, I think will be fun. Also, what does Nick's look like coming off the injury? Is he at risk for re-injury? We'll see. So those would be the 2 big factors I think about with the Broncos, but I'm pretty bullish on how I feel about them. Let's move to the Chiefs. They signed Kenneth Walker. They lose Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson. They lose Brian Cook, and they bring back L'Jarius Sneed. What do we think about these Chiefs? Also, of course, they draft Mansour Delane at the top of the first round, so helping out that corner issue, but still losing a decent bit in that secondary. What do we think about the Chiefs this year?
Don't trust it still, just because I still feel like in the passing game they're overly relying on Rashee Rice, and their best deep threat last year was Tyquan Thornton. And I still think he is the best deep threat on this team. Like, I think he's a better deep threat than Xavier Worthy. Can't separate deep. Like, what's Xavier Worthy's fucking role on this team? It's what Rashee Rice takes up, and he's way better at it. And Rashee Rice isn't really, a guy who you trust to be on the field all 17 games, whether it's injury, whether it's going to prison. Yeah. Now, their running game is infinitely better, but Andy Reid, like, the stale play calling, still think that's an issue here.
Lost his fast.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
I mean, it's Jamie Moyer, 85, 45 years old.
It's Ron Rivera.
Jamie Moyer.
He's lost it.
Yeah. I mean, I've been going for it from last year. I think this is a very stale offense, and Mahomes, like, that can't connect with anybody deep. Like, if they don't have the deep kind of layer of their pass game, I think they look more so the same as they did last year. Now they probably will win more 1-score games than they did last year.
Yeah.
And they won't be like a 6-win team, which I think they finished as, but God damn it. Like, they're not going to be a fun watch still. And Kenneth Walker's not like your barometer for health at running back too. He's never really been trusted as a bell cow without getting hurt.
Last year was his most healthy year.
So yeah.
And if he goes down, you're fucked. Like, David Cotta is their backup.
Yeah, this is very easily like the 3rd best team in the division to me. I think they are.
I agree.
A tier below
third.
Denver and LA.
I agree with you. I'm worried. I also think that Mahomes. Have you seen? I mean, he looks like he's moving all right, but yeah, it's just they're going to be asking a lot of him again. I'm worried about him getting hurt. I'm worried, similar to you, Beck.
These weapons just aren't good, man. That's what it comes down to.
I mean, Tyquan Thornton's their best deep threat. That's a problem.
And I completely putting the off-field stuff aside, I don't think Rice is that good of like an X. I think they're just very good at getting him the ball in open space. And I think he's great after the catch and making guys miss. But like, I don't think he's that. I think he's a good receiver, but I don't think he's on the level.
I agree, right? I mean,
some of the other like top guys.
He has 1 catch of over 25 air yards in his career.
Yeah, like it's all schemed up for him, and he's very good at doing that stuff. But yeah, like he's the way he gets talked about, and the way like sometimes his numbers can look, I don't think line up with the level of player that he is.
I think he gets talked about that because he's a fantasy demon when he's on the field
when he plays. But
I don't know how it gets a ton better than last year, other than you really just you're just really sold on Kenneth Walker revolutionizing
it's got to be that. But if there's one thing we know about Andy, throughout his entire career is his like kind of Achilles heel has been his refusal to lean on the run game a lot of times.
Yeah,
Well, now
he
he
might
has
not
an
have an
Achilles
option.
hit. He has an Achilles heel now. He has a sore hamstring. He has a torn pec.
And
He has a torn collarbone and a
and a
broken
bad
brain.
fastball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and no
He's lost
fastball.
Brother
either.
can't
velo
pitch.
on it clearly. He's gone to Andrew Painter mode.
Yeah. Dude, also just this team has Matt Ariza, Harrison Butker, and Rasheed Rice on it, dude.
Special group.
Anywho, let's move on from the Chiefs. I think they're still in
SCSU
trouble.
pride. Yeah.
Let's go. Stand up for your boy. Las Vegas Raiders draft Fernando Mendoza to be their QB of the future, but not so fast. We're bringing in Kirk Cousins too.
Look alike.
Also, head coach Clint Kubiak will be in his first year. They signed Tyler Linderbaum for the offensive line. They signed Kwity Paye and Malcolm Kuntz off the edge. I think
Nakobe
Kuntz was
Dean.
just re-signed. And then they signed Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker at the backer positions. I think that's going to actually be pretty good. What do we think about the Raiders? Are they frisky? Are they still ass? What do we think?
They're still ass if Kirk's in there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be world beaters by any means, but sneaky, like one of my favorite off seasons, I'd say, just in terms of like, first of all, addition by subtraction in the biggest sense, just getting that prior regime out of there. Carroll was a disaster. It was literally nepo shit, hiring his son as the O-line coach. JT, I'm like excited for. I owned him in fantasy last year, and that was just so not fun to have. And the stats around him are unbelievable if you looked at him. I was listening to the Ringer Fantasy Show. I think it was like something of the last like decade or decade and a half. There was like 500 running backs charted for yards before contact, and he was like dead last. But at like yards after contact, he was like one of the best running backs ever. So he essentially just had literally nowhere to go most of the year. But when he did, he looked like who we thought he was coming out of the draft. So really excited for him to run behind a better O-line and an actual professional coaching staff. And they spent a lot of money on the O-line, which I love. It's good for JT. It's good for Mendoza. I think I said it when the draft came around. I'm not the biggest Mendoza guy. I don't think he's like one of these elite quarterback prospects that will raise the floor of a team. But I think he could be good with a good infrastructure. And I think they took a huge step this year towards improving it. Like they have Bowers as a good pass catcher. Receiving core is not great, but that's something you can work on. But if you can lean on the run game and lean on Bowers with an improved O-line, like I think this can be decently successful in their first year. And I love the additions they made on defense. I feel like their goal this offseason was to just get rid of all the unprofessional shit that was going on with Carroll and just bring in guys that are come to work every day as professionals like Nakobe Dean to kind of lead this team into their next era. So I love what they did. Don't expect them to be anything special or anything. I think they probably top out at 6 wins, maybe 7.
Should also say Max Crosby is back.
Yeah.
That's notable. Yeah. Beck, what do you think about the Raiders?
Yeah, I was just going to say schematically wise, like, what Ryan's saying is all the way true. It's just if you run Kirk Cousins out there in a play action scheme, like Kubiak runs, like he can't fucking move, dude. Yeah, you need a guy who can.
Have they said anything about like who's going to start week 1?
I kind of just feel like it's going to be Cousins for some reason. That's gut feeling, but
I'm usually a proponent of having your guys sit in the right situation, but I think
it's also Brady. Brady has also come out and said he doesn't want Mendoza to start immediately.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like a top-down thing.
No, he's commentating and faking fights with Logan Paul, so I'm not really sure I trust his opinion on anything anymore. I became a fan after his career for like 2 years, and now I'm back off because the Michael Rubin stunts are cool for me. You can go support the worst company in America. But yeah, like with Mendoza in there, I do like structurally, like it reminds me of a lot of what the Saints had early on with Carr and that success when they started 2-0 and everybody called them a Super Bowl contender before their whole team died. And that was
Kubiak's like a special coach, like probably the best coach that was out there.
Like I love his scheme, and if you're gonna run play action stuff, though, I just want Mendoza out there to maneuver the pocket. I think that helps everybody out. Like
Yeah.
you get nothing out of having Kirk out there in this scheme to me.
I agree. I think the sooner you get to Mendoza, the better for everyone's development too. I also liked Mike Washington in the 4th round, running back out of Wazoo. I think he'll be good. I'm skeptical about the offensive line. I know you got Linderbaum. That's kind of all they did though. I'm not sure that like it kind of feels like putting a Band-Aid on like a torn ACL. But
it's better though than what
it's
they
better.
had.
It's definitely better.
You'd certainly take
At
that.
least you have,
and he's very good.
yes, he's very, very good. But I think the defense is like it wasn't a bad group last year. It was like
not terrible.
Basically an average group.
I mean, Crosby just covers up so much, and now you add Dean behind him, who's
Kwity Paye, Quay
as
Walker,
an Eagles fan, like
Dean.
very underrated. If he
It's
stays
also
healthy,
impossible to tell.
obviously.
Like they actually had like the biggest laughing stock of a coaching staff you could have.
Yes,
So
exactly.
Better coaching.
Everything I take with a grain of salt.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this is going to be like a tough team to play. You're not going to want to play the Raiders, but yeah, I think their record's going to be pretty bad. Let's finish out with the LA Chargers. Beck's high on him. I know he is. They bring in a new offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel. That should be big for the run game. They signed Keaton Mitchell to be a backup running back. They signed David Njoku. They signed Cole Strange and Tyler Biadasz for the offensive line. I think that'll be big. And they extend Derwin James. What do you guys think about this offseason and the outlook for the Chargers in general?
Listen, Hunter, I'm not high on them, but they just have no other option but to be good. They have to be good. And if they're not good, then it's time to wrap this shit up because I'm tired of it every fucking year. But if the O-line's healthy like it is right now, and you have a Marion Hampton, and you have a good weapons core, and you have a good defense, what's the fucking excuse?
Yeah.
This should be the best team in the AFC. Legitimately. Like you can the reason we don't think of them as the best team in the AFC is because they are the Chargers. But they have
Why should they be the best?
You think this is the best
AFC?
roster in the AFC?
I don't think so. How?
Where do they
How is it a better
like,
roster than Denver?
Their pass catchers are not that
the pass catchers are better than Denver.
No,
Waddle?
Absolutely not.
With Waddle there?
Yeah. Yes.
Waddle and Sutton are way better.
I like Ladd and QJ, but
Ladd, QJ, Gadsden, and then they had Keenan last year, but Trey Harris coming up if he's
now
I think the
Njoku.
Broncos over that.
Outside their top two, like Evan Ingram's fucking washed. So who's their third? Pat Bryant. If you're high on Pat Bryant,
I forgot they had Njoku. Actually, I forgot they had Njoku.
Yeah,
fair.
They just and they have a good running back room now. You have Hampton. You have.
I just don't love their defense. I think their defense is a touch overrated.
Maybe, and maybe that's
they also
where they
lost
lack,
a couple pieces from it.
Yeah.
They were very good last year, and I think like I've never seen a hardball defense just be completely fucking ass. So I see they would at worst to me would be like a top 12 unit.
Yeah, they
and
won't
maybe
be.
It'll be bottom of the top 10, but still at the end of the day, it's enough to get it done if you have a guy who should be a top 5 quarterback. It is.
No, I know. I'm saying, is he?
No, I agree.
Yeah. But I can't believe like if Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers are who we think they are, you got to have an 1,000-yard rusher. They haven't had an 1,000-yard rusher in Herbert's fucking tenure.
I think
Hampton. I mean, it's time to give Hampton the keys. You draft
God willing, he stays healthy. I think he will. I'm pretty confident.
They better just have a dynamic run game, even if he gets hurt, though. Like
I think they will. With Mike there, with DJ Mikey Mike.
Their biggest offseason move is bringing in McDaniel.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna be special.
Yeah, getting Roman gone. I agree, but at the same time, I'm just like, this team should undoubtedly.
Is it crazy? I'm kind of with you, Ryan. I think the defense would be where this team. That would be my concern.
I'm not worried about the offense,
and I don't think it's a bad defense.
I think it's the defense.
I don't think it's a bad defense by any means, but I
feel like the offense.
You can argue it's worse.
Offense has held them back every fucking step of the way throughout the Herbert
in the playoffs. Yeah, for sure. I mean, this should be a contender. This should be.
Yes.
We're just so conditioned to not consider them once the postseason comes around that I just can't make my brain get there. But yeah, you're right. Like on paper, this should be a contender, especially with Mike McDaniel. You know he's going to scheme up some good shit in the run game. It's going to be a more innovative offense with more motion, more play action, getting Herbert in good situations. This should be a career year for him.
I think Ladd probably eats this year.
Yeah, he should.
Me as well. But
offensive line's
take
better.
a look around the AFC. All the other teams that we project to be good, who doesn't have a hole where we're or a weakness? I think they have less weaknesses than pretty much every other team in the AFC that we regard as good.
What's the Broncos'
I think they're the two best teams in the AFC.
Yeah.
Those two.
I think I agree. I think I agree with that. Ryan, are those
The
your
Jags
top
would be
two?
the only other one where I go. But Trevor,
It's close.
Texans too. You gotta put the Texans.
In terms of regular season, like I would probably throw Buffalo in there as well.
Kind of, yeah.
But yeah, it's close.
I kind of love where the AFC's at right now. It's like
there's a lot of
you have like
good
six
teams,
teams that could win the conference, but none of them are juggernauts. Like they're all
I
very good and like very complete. And they you know, they each have their holes in some more than others, but I really like you have Pats, Bills, even in the AFC North, you have Bengals, Ravens, Jags, Texans, Broncos, Chargers. Like that's a really good top 8 for a conference. Like a good team is going to miss out.
Oh yeah,
Ravens.
No, I've been trying to pick through like my actual playoff teams, and it's really hard.